past, probably my toughest event has been the Heelan. That's where I've struggled the most the last couple of years, a little bit due to horsepower and stuff like that. Last couple of years I just didn't really have the right horses, but before then it was the tripping, because I'd never done the tripping before. So my first year at the timed events, I'd only tripped 5 steers. My second year I had about 40 under my belt, and so now I work on my tripping a little bit more to where I feel like I'm more of a contender in the tripping than I used to be. But I've been working at all. I feel you got to work at all your events there, not just one. I do work a lot harder on my weaknesses than I do my strengths, but you still got to fine tune your strengths or they will become weaknesses. Well, I kind of started practicing. Mentally, I've been practicing all winter long. You get ready mentally every single day. But I started working a little bit with Zane right around the middle of January. Went there for 3 days with Zane Bruce and roped some steers. Most of that was spent heeling. I was working on heeling, rode about 5 or 6 different horses of all different calibers and all different feels, trying to find out what would work the best and feel the best. And then I'd hit a little bit when I was there too, and then I went back right around the 1st of February. I think it was just about a week and a half ago. I went back and roped some more, and we've been fine-tuning the heeling and working on that a lot. Position and timing, and just making sure that I can rope steers on the first hop all the way through to the 4th or 5th hop. The steer drags, we've been running kind of all different kinds. Steers that run up the rope, working on everything we might see up there for that particular rodeo. We didn't ranch or anything like that. Been around it a little bit. My family was into rodeo back in the past. My cousins, Mark and Marvin Garrett, been to the NFR, won world titles, and Artie Meyer, bull riding and bareback riding. So I've been around it even all the way back to Bud Day in South Dakota, roping steers and team roping. We grew up on a construction operation, sand and gravel operation, so I mean work ethic was something that was instilled at a pretty early age, running a shovel, cleaning out screening plants and driving truck and working loaders. 12, 14-hour days, so rodeo was the easy part. Right now I'll be riding in the calf rope, and the horse I'm riding out here at Tucson, Arizona will be the big, I call him Big John. He's my brother John's horse, and he come from Scotty Shelton. We call him Buck. But he's an extremely good calf horse. He's big and strong. He runs hard, so I ought to be able to gather cattle faster than everybody else. And then I'll make no mistakes. Hopefully, should make no mistakes and should be able to really be strong in the calf rope. And in the steer wrestling, I've got both my bulldogging horses, Roni and Ace, a young bay horse I rode all last year. So there may be a couple guys riding Ace, but I'll probably be on Roni, and pretty solid in the bulldog in there. Taryn Archuleta's planning on doing the hazing for me with our hazing horse for whoever's riding our horses. And then in the team roping and the heading and heeling, I haven't quite picked exactly what I'm going to ride yet. I'm trying some horses of Randy Remkus probably going to be riding one of his really good horses. But Zane Bruce has a couple too, and we'll be diagnosing that next week on Monday through Thursday. I'll be riding a bunch of head horses, working on my heading quite a bit. And in the heeling, it's kind of between a couple of horses that Zane Bruce has. One that he rides at a lot of the horse shows, Little Bay, and then a bigger buckskin, kind of a dun horse. I rode good on both of them. So it'll be just a matter of that last week, which one feels the best to me. Leaning more towards a dun just because he's easier to catch on if I make a mistake. The bay is a lot sharper and quicker footed to where if I make a mistake, he might make it harder for me to catch on. So in the tripping, I'm planning on riding my good tripping horse Nitro that I've ridden there every single year. I sold him earlier this winter to a young kid by the name of Callum. Callum Parnell owns him down in Houston area, roping calves on him. But I'm going to be able to get him back, and Neil Wood's helping me with my tripping a little bit. I'll be practicing there next week and into the first part of March. He's sharpening Nitro up right now, getting him ready this week. So the horsepower is really going to be good this year. We'll have a couple backup horses with us in case something happens. And I've got another really good sorrel calf horse I've been riding at San Antonio and Denver that's phenomenal. So I've got options if something happens come, game time. I've got some backup options. I mean, the history of the timed events is it's by far just a blessing to be mentioned among the names that have been the greats that come through there, like Paul Tierney, Jimmy Cooper, Trevor Bazille, Daniel Green, Casey Jones. I mean, they're just, the list is not very long when you look at how many people have actually won the timed events, and to be able to have the chance to win it, and well, to be able to have the chance to compete and then be lucky enough to win it, it's been a blessing. But the history of the timed events is it is an Ironman competition. It's a battle. It's all day long for 3 straight days. You're in uncomfortable positions. You're dealing with numerous events that might not be your strengths, and it really is the toughest man wins, and the most talented man wins.